What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Evan, and you know Mo's up to no good. So we got the 300 SRT8 behind me. We're actually going to go ahead and we're going to replace the blower motor inside because it is making a weird noise whenever I start up the vehicle when it's cold, or it's a cold start it up, you start hearing noises. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to replace that blower motor and get everything back up and running. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, so we're pretty much going to replace the blower motor. Blower motor is located right underneath the glove box. There's a couple of screws here. Hopefully you guys can see where are the screws. Yeah, you got one right there and a couple of them all around. So we're going to go ahead and unplug this. We're going to remove it. Now, if you're hearing a noise coming from the blower motor when you start up the vehicle and you turn the either the AC or the heat on and you hear a noise, most likely than not, the bearing's going bad, or you have an issue where there's so much dust accumulated around the actual plastic component that spins around when the motor's on. It may have accumulated dust and it's causing it to slow down, but most likely than not, the blower motor is probably going out. In my case, I believe we may have dust accumulated, and they maybe have caused the actual blower motor to go bad over time, because when I bought the vehicle, if you guys will see when we go to the engine compartment, that air filter was clogged up, that traps all the particles and the pollen. Let me go in the engine bay, you guys will see what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, so when I bought the vehicle, where we left off, so when I bought the vehicle, this air filter, I believe this is a cabin air filter, was full of debris, full of various particles, pollen, all kinds of dirt trapped in it. When I pulled this out, it was filthy. When I say you filthy, it was so bad. So I believe this is what actually caused the blower motor to go bad. They didn't actually keep up on the maintenance, and that's what caused this to go or cause the actual blower motor to spin harder than it's supposed to get clogged up and all sorts of issues. All right, you guys, so we pretty much have here a brand new blower motor from Continental. We got this from rockauto, so it is a brand new unit. Let me see if I could open it up with one hand. So brand new unit, we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace it, and this hopefully will fix the issue. Like I said, if we have a clicking noise coming from underneath, or like a little bit of a whining noise, it sounds like almost like the bearing is going out, or the motor itself is not working properly. So we're going to go ahead and replace it. It's a brand new unit, and hopefully it's going to spin a lot better. No noise. We're going to actually have a cleaned up plastic portion on the blower motor itself, so no more dust over here, and that should help with the spreading of the heat and AC around the cabin inside. So yep, we're going to go ahead and slap this on and go from there. All right, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fire it up. You may hear the exhaust. My fault. There's nothing I can do. The car doesn't have the car does have a full exhaust system, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fire it up, and hopefully we don't hear any noise coming from this area. And then after we shut the car off, we could go in the garage. I could show you guys the blower motor that we pulled off. It doesn't look bad, but like I said, it's making noise, and hopefully this fixes it. So let's go ahead and fire it up and go from there. Oh yeah, I think we don't hear any noise. Yeah, I immediately don't hear any noise. Man, I hope this blower motor works. Imagine it doesn't work straight out of the box, but yeah, initially on this particular startup, you would hear noises coming from the blower motor, or if you would switch it from the setting where you have either heat or air hitting your face and your feet, and you would put it on auto, you would hear the blower motor making noise, or the other way around, whatever you want to go about it as. But right now she's not making any noise, so that's a good thing. So yeah, that's pretty good. No noise. So it was the blower motor after all. So right now the car's gonna warm up, but like I said, you would initially hear noises coming from here. And one good thing about it is I knew it was from the blower motor and not from the actual actuator that opens the door for the vent. There's a little module similar to how I have, or similar to how it is on most cars, specifically like on my Jeep SRT8. There's a module where you open this glove box and it turns the door for the recirculating door. There's a module there. It has gears on it, and it turns the door open for the recirculating air to allow for air to come in from the outside, or to close the door so air doesn't come in from the inside. I knew it wasn't that because that has a specific sound that it makes, and normally you'll hear it if the actual little module goes bad. You'll start hearing like a real binding clicking noise. So I knew it wasn't from the blower motor, so I knew to differentiate the sound between the two. So if you guys are asking me like, how did you know? It's because I've heard the sound before, and I've heard it on my Jeep SRT where it was making a noise, and I knew it wasn't the blower motor. It was actually the little module, or the little unit that has a gear on it, and it opens and closes either the vent. In many cases it could close the vents here, or it could close the recirculating door, open it up. So I knew it wasn't that, and it was actually the blower motor. So I just wanted to clear the air on that. So yeah, we have no noise, so that was the issue. It was the blower motor. I'm gonna let the car warm up, and maybe go put some gas or whatnot. We'll see what we're gonna do. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna hop out and I'll bring the camera in and show you guys what we did, what we have with the old blower motor. All right, you guys, so I wanted to just bring the camera in and show you guys. So I actually moved it from the auto setting here to the setting that shows air hitting your face and feet. You actually hear the actual blower motor working just fine. No noises, no clicking, no minimal noise coming from the blower motor. So I changed the settings, and it's actually blowing really well, so I'm really happy with that. So it was the blower motor. In certain cases you can figure it out. It's easy to tell if the blower motor is making noise or not. You can tell. So yeah, everything's working. I took it off of the auto and I put it on the lower or the middle setting between low and high here, and everything's working fine. We got heat here. I can feel heat actually coming from underneath here. So heat's coming out from underneath here. So everything is working fine, you guys. So I just wanted to move it from the auto setting to just check to make sure everything's working fine. So it is working fine. So I'm really happy. So we did a good job. So let's go in the garage real quick. All right, you guys. So we're in the garage. This is the old blower motor that we removed from the car. I believe this is a Mopar unit from Mopar themselves. It was part of the car. So I believe this is the original unit. It doesn't look to me making noise when I spin it by hand, but it was making noise in the car. So I apologize if I didn't actually show you guys or let you guys hear the sound. I just wanted to go ahead and remove it, but I knew it was this. But right now it's working fine, as you guys saw previously. So this is gonna go in the garbage. We don't need this anymore. So that was one thing I really wanted to replace. I just left it off when I first bought the vehicle. When I was actually driving the car home from the owner's house, or the previous owner's house, I could hear the damn blower motor underneath the glove box making noise. So I knew it was the blower motor. I just put off on it. For some reason I just left it for last. whatever, it's no big deal. Decided to change it, and we have good results, so I'm pretty happy with it. So if you guys are experiencing noise like this, go ahead and check your blower motor. There's obviously ways you can test it, like, you know, placing you know, your what's that called, the power probe here, and testing it to see when it spins if it's making noise, and you can tell if the actual unit is bad. If you do have a power probe, I do have a power probe, I just too lazy to plug it in and show you guys. But yeah, I knew this was the problem, so we're good. But like I said, you can go ahead and test it yourself if you remove it from the vehicle. It doesn't have much buildup of dust. You can obviously see there is some dust there, but it's not really bad to the point where it's all filled up from, you know, you can see from the outside, the inner fins and whatnot. But yeah, this was the issue. So like I said, go ahead and check it, and you should be good to go. What's going on, you guys? As you guys can tell, we ended up fixing the blower motor, replacing the blower motor. It was simple. It was a quick, easy job, maybe like 15 minutes or so. So no more clicking, no more noise, no more issues coming from the blower motor. So I'm really happy with how it went. And that's pretty much it, you guys. So you guys know the vibes. I'm out.